Today I'm reacting to the watches worn by the F1 racers, drivers, watches. These guys. I'm gonna try and FaceTime one of the drivers to see what they're wearing right now or during this video. This video is sponsored by Masterworks, but more on that later in the video. Sergio Perez! Let me guess. Tag Heuer. What I would really love is to showcase the watches they actually wear, the non-sponsored watches. Because for sure, Tag Heuer is lovely, right? But these guys also have Richard Mille's, Patek Philippe's, Nautilus's, Rolex's, vintage stuff. That for sure these guys have that stuff. This is how you really see the watches they're wearing in real life. This sounds so stalking. What you do is you search for the wife of the racing driver, right? Or the partner or the fiance. And then you look at their photos and then you see the real watches.
How's their wives though?
Fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the new Carrera Tourbillon. That was actually a shock when Tag Heuer introduced that watch, you know. I was like, what? They brought out like an H2, I think it's the Carrera H2, and it has a Tourbillon. What's going on here? To be fair, it is quite cool. What he's wearing here is a 45mm monster, right? This is the Tag Heuer H02, named after, funny enough, a lot of people don't know this, Eduard Heuer, which is one of the founders, one of the bosses. He's dead long time ago. Tag bought the Heuer watch company in 1984 or 85. The funny bit is, Heuer couldn't pay their staff. So instead, they gave the watchmakers watch parts. Few watchmakers actually started their own watch brand with these watch parts, one of which is Chrono Swiss. That's funny, interesting, isn't it? There you go. They've had some rough years, they had some really good years, and then in recent years, it was really tough, not business, but their designs, it was really rough. But may I add, the last year, Tag Heuer is doing unbelievably cool things, right? The new Carrera, spectacular. Keep in mind, I'm not being paid by any of these fuckers, right? So let me be very clear. This is honest shit. Like, they've recently introduced that new Skipper, fucking class. That watch actually has a big history. Bringing that back, love it, well done. Tag Heuer's been doing really cool things in recent years. Like, still they're trying to milk out that fucking Monaco piece of shit, but I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the Monaco. I'll never be a fan of the Monaco. I understand the history, and I appreciate the history, but no, I'm not a big fan. What I would love to see is Tag Heuer bringing out the Heuer Daytona, because that was an actual watch, and that was an insane watch. Bringing a re-edition of the Heuer Daytona, and just say, fuck Rolex, and just call it Daytona. How class is that? Marketing department, Tag Heuer, there you go. But we were not talking about Tag Heuer, we're actually talking about F1 racers. Max Verstappen. I have witnessed history, right? I was there when he won his first world championship, meaning the first Dutch person to ever do so. If we go to our first ever F1 racing watches reaction video, right? If we go back to that, I state that I've never been to a race in my life. And all of a sudden I was there, finale, everything, and it was all history and whatever, right? That's the bollocks. But I know Max wears Rolex a lot. I know he has a platinum Daytona. I know he has a few other bits and bobs. And he wears the Monaco a lot as well, which I'm not a big fan of. And he also has an Oysterflex Daytona, which you see on the left. And you probably stole that picture of his Mrs. Instagram, which, by the way, is definitely worth a visit. What you see Max wearing on the left is the Rolex Daytona reference number 116518LN Lunette Noir with the black ceramic bezel, Oysterflex, and 18-karat yellow gold Daytona. The absolute bollocks. A watch that is worth between $35,000 and $40,000. And on the right, he's wearing the titanium Tag Heuer Monaco. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Monaco, but it is the first time they've ever skeletonized the Monaco. I think you can pick them up between $8,000 and $10,000. Did you recently see that interview with Max? He's the fucking best in the fucking world and doesn't give a shit.
So is your legacy in Formula One important to you?
Not really.
This guy has inspired millions upon millions upon millions of kids, adults, elderly people, grannies, granddads, his sister, mother, father, aliens, Chinese. Is your legacy important? Nah, don't give a fuck. He's wearing the perfect entry-level Tag Heuer you can buy. This is a very, very easy entry in the watch world. I like the Formula One. This watch features a tachometer, which allows you to measure distance, speed, and of course time, right? We're talking about 100 years ago. This is what I really want to create, and I would love to work with, for example, Tag Heuer or any other brand to teach you guys how you can measure distance and time while using the tachometer. Like, this is actually as well on the Daytona. This is as well on the Speedmaster. But not many people in the world know how to actually work a tachometer. tachometer. This is what I want to teach people. And I want to actually do this with a real F1 car. People buy watches for different reasons. Some of which the functionalities, like the tachometer. Some people buy it because they really like it, they really love it. And some people buy watches as an investment. But we all know that certain watches are expensive and we don't all have Lewis Hamilton money, which you'll see in a second. And this is why Masterworks is a great option for everyone. Masterworks has over $750 million worth of art in their collection. Real artworks created by real artists like your man Picasso and Banksy. Masterwork already made $47 million of profits for the investors. It's actually mind-blowing to think that you can own a percentage or a piece of a very important piece of art. And that's what Masterworks is. You can literally buy a piece of a Picasso with Masterworks. Like a percentage. That's insane. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where you would buy a Picasso, to be fair. It's not like something you go to Sainsbury's for, is it? Over 790,000 people have already signed up, and new people are joining every single day. So as you can understand, there is a waiting list. But because I am the daddy of the watch world, you can skip this list. So click the link in the description and start investing now. Yes, by the way, I've seen a Banksy recently.
What do you think he is?
Don't know, but I know someone who knows him. What are you laughing? I know someone that knows him.
It sounds like such a lie.
And it's not. It is actually not. Check the second channel. Who was I with? Lando Norris. We're mates. Nah, we're not mates. We have each other's phone number. It's a bit of a one-sided relationship. I text him and he doesn't reply. As well as that, I was very fortunate to meet Lando Norris this year, as you may know, and I tried on his watch.
I don't think it'll fit.
No, mate,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing.
Right, you have skinny and you have skinny, and then you have Lando Norris somewhere, right? His watch didn't fit on 4 of my fingers. Yeah, that's a small man. Beautiful watch, by the way. Richard Mille RM6702. Absolute insane piece. I think he had it on a beautiful white strap. It didn't fit and I didn't want to force it because can you imagine breaking his watch during a race? That would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it?
No way.
That was Lando's team, you know. This is cool, right? I'm now doing too many name drops here. I'm sorry, guys. Lando's team is absolutely fucking god tier. They tried to torture me with Where's Your Hublot. This was the Max Verstappen's World Championship. This was the really controversial win, which I think wasn't controversial. That is very controversial, I know.
We're here in Miami, nice and warm in the stadium, and we've got a game of hide and seek.
That's the watch I tried to put on my wrist. That is for sure the Richard Mille RM6702 Sébastien Ogier. It's worth about $300,000. Right, enough name dropping. Sorry, I mean, we have a video to go through. The people want to know more about watches, including me maybe getting a wrist roll from Lando. Oh, he's texting. Let's see what Lando's wearing, right?
Yo,
Legend, what are you wearing?
what am I wearing?
Look at that RM67. No bother. Look at that, guys.
I don't know what strap to get. You need to choose my next strap. Oh, look at you.
Look at me. Was this the one you had on the white strap? Because that was the Sébastien Ogier, wasn't it?
No. It's the same one.
So I was actually wrong. I'm a useless watch expert. I'm not even a watch expert anymore.
You're terrible, yeah. I got another one coming.
Black strap, mate. Black strap.
You think black strap?
What I would love to see is the white RM72. That is my most favorite watch now of all time. With a triple index chronograph, which is handy for racers like yourself, right? Not that you ever use it, but whatever. It is insane.
Yeah, I'm working on the collection still.
Ah.
It takes time.
No worries. Here, thank you, mate. Thank you. You're a legend. Here, 1 second, right? This is one of our, look at that. She's your biggest fan, right? Here. No! She's your biggest fan, right? Shit hug. Cheers, lad. Thank you. Catch you later.
I'll see you another day.
Good luck. Bye. That was good. Look how awkward she looks. Mate, a tomato could be more red than you. Now I'm absolutely done with name dropping, by the way. Listen, Lando is a fucking lad, you know. I like him. Next, Lewis Hamilton. The most eccentric guy on the fucking planet. That guy sometimes comes in walking with a bin bag. I don't really want to go in depth about IWC, to be honest. IWC and I are a bit on a, nah, I'm a big IWC collector, and at the moment I am not happy. So we're not going to talk about IWC, right? But I do want to talk about that Patek Philippe 5980, because that is the daddy. This is the first time Patek Philippe has ever made a chronograph themselves. A fully in-house integrated chronograph, and they fitted it in the 5980, and that's that watch. That watch swaps hands between $160,000 and $200,000. Keep in mind, last year that watch was swapping at like $250,000 or more. That's insane, mate. 5740 as well. A watch that goes for $200,000. Like the 5740 is the first ever perpetual calendar in a Nautilus, so in a sports watch. It's a bit weird, if you know what I mean. The perpetual calendar is something that is normally used in watches that are used for formal wear. So highly complicated watches with a leather strap. In this case, it was fitted onto a white gold sports watch. Daniel Ricciardo, he's Australian, isn't he? You see, that's the new Carrera on the left. That's the one I really love. Beautiful watch. That was introduced this year. The Connected, the one on the right, is a smartwatch. And don't start now.
As the watch expert, you came in today with a smartwatch.
No. I reached out to Tech Heuer and I've asked them, can I use your golf watch? Because I want to try the golf watch for when I play golf, right? I just want to try it. The 5270 is such an important watch, you know? A perpetual calendar and a chronograph in a incredible watch called the 5270. One of the nicest watches I've ever seen in my life, period. That's tasty. That man knows watches. That's why he has this watch. That's why he wears this watch. And it's also a watch he most probably paid himself. It's not a sponsorship. And that's what I love. This is tasty. Even the Calatrava clasp is set with diamonds. It's the clasp here, right? It's a fucking beaut. You know what that clasp means? That's actually the crest of the Polish army, which is called the Calatrava. It's spectacular, that watch. It's worth about $300,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about George Russell's watches. No, we're not. Fernando Alonso. I'm just saying this, right? See that RM6702 on the right? That watch? That's Fernando Alonso's actual watch. That's his. That was made with him together with Richard Mille. That's like, that watch is named after Fernando Alonso. I've never seen that RM67 in real life. I have seen every Richard Mille and his dog, right? Every one of them. Bar the 6702 that was made in collaboration with Fernando Alonso. Love that watch. To be honest, I would like to make a video about the F1 drivers, what they actually wear when they're not in the picture like this. So we need to go through all their wives. No. We need to go through the Instagram of all the wives. I not go through all the wives. No, that's bad. I know that they're watching these videos as well. George Russell, what a guy. IWC. Don't want to talk about it.